when I started thinking about this, so the first thing, literally, I want to make this abundantly clear. Literally, the first thing I thought of is that if this happens overnight, everyone's going to wake up and have a pillow stuck to their head, and that's going to be hilarious. I am not joking when I say that this is a great insight into the way my brain works. That is literally the first thing I thought of.
That's hilarious.
That's it. I think we don't need to do any more of the question or of the podcast. We've hit our nirvana.
Right? Like, just sort of as I go forward in this answer, just sort of append to every statement I make, and also there's a pillow stuck to their head. So I really looked at it, as you might sort of, imagine from that intro, on a more personal scale. Sort of, if this were happening to just a random person, sort of how it would affect their life. Obviously, there are some pretty big impacts. The other thing, speaking of waking up, I really hope that you like whatever it was you wore when you went to sleep, because you're wearing it forever now. That could be good or bad. Hopefully you don't sleep in like some sort of complicated onesie situation. I don't know. That could be a little embarrassing for you.
Yeah, that could be a poop problem.
Yes, it could. I personally sleep in like an undershirt and underwear, so I'm pretty good. Just throw on like a nice shirt over that, maybe like a blazer if I want to be fancy, because you really only have one shot at that at this point.
How does it work? Because like if you grab a shirt, is it just going to stick to your hand?
So I kind of assumed that things could kind of be like, once it stuck to you, it was always going to be on you, but you kind of like shift it around. So like if you pick up your phone, you can kind of like slide it up your arm. If you need to like put it on your chest for like storage or whatever.
Oh, now this is sounding like a convenience. It's basically just infinite pockets.
Well, the problem is, as things layer onto you, you can't really get to the stuff underneath it. Right? So like, you kind of have to be very cognizant of where things are on you and make sure you don't like lose anything down in the depths of your collection. One other thing I thought of is, if you wear contacts, you probably shouldn't do that because you can't get them out. And I'm not going to go too in-depth on this one, but I learned that one thing that can happen when you wear contacts too long is eye ulcers. So just wear glasses.
But stop saying such horrible words like mass and eye ulcers.
Eye ulcers.
Brought to you by Apple.
As you're sort of seeing, everything you touch, everything you do is a very important decision now. Because as you accumulate things, eventually I kind of assumed that you're going to get to a point where you really can't maneuver yourself anymore, as like all your things just kind of like hold you. So you kind of have a shelf life here. And anything you pick up is obviously going to be part of your forever. So like you brush your teeth, well, your toothpaste and your toothbrush are always just going to be on you. So I guess that's kind of a good thing, because like, you'll never be like out and need to brush your teeth, not be able to, but also you're just going to have like a tube of toothpaste like on your leg.
I mean, that's gonna be your hands right there. Like, I think you have to pick to brush your teeth. Like, otherwise you're just gross.
Oh no, yeah. Well, that's where I feel like the maneuvering things, I think, is an important caveat here, because otherwise it's just everyone's gonna be carrying around toothbrush and toothpaste, and that's it. So it's all the question, like, is it raining? Because if you take an umbrella, you always have an umbrella, which once again, kind of convenient, but a little annoying maybe.
Would you count raindrops?
I would say no.
Does water just stick to you?
I don't think water sticks to you, because then
I say no too. Then
that one, although showering is not great because you can't get anything off, so
water has mass, so
yeah.
Well, I think it kind of works in the way of the Katamari universe. Like, it works a little funky, where things like water and things that you wouldn't think stick to you don't really stick to you.
Yeah, like dirt.
Yeah, and on the other hand, the scale of things also kind of matters. Like, when you're really like your size, yeah, you're picking up toothbrush and toothpaste. But like, if you get bigger and bigger and bigger, like a house suddenly becomes like one object. Like, you're not going to pick up like something off a house once you're the size of the house. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going by the video game rules.
Exactly, yeah.
Which are vague at best.
pretty vague, yeah. So the other thing I really realized was that food in general is very problematic, because you really can't cook. So like, as an example, you can't use an oven. A very important part of using an oven is putting a thing in an oven and then closing it. And you can't do that. So can't do that. Can't really use a stove either. You can like pick up a pan and then the pan is on you. You can put the pan on the stove and turn it on, and then put food in the pan. Well, sort of.
You have to hold on to the food.
You have to hold on to the food. And then you can't really get the food. You have to like move the food from the pan onto your body.
I mean, I imagine you just hold the food on a pan while it cooks and burn your hand and then eat it off of your hand.
Well, no. You can get tongs and hold like a steak in tongs,
yeah,
and then eat it off the tongs. So you're okay. So you could probably like eat a steak one time. But I feel like we're gonna run into some more problems, so I'm gonna let Ben continue.
Well, so yeah, that's sort of the issue there. Oh, well, also the other thing, knives are a very tricky proposition because you just are always gonna have a knife like on you somewhere, and like you're just gonna shift one day and just like stab yourself, and then like you could bandage it, yeah, but you can't ever actually remove the bandage. Which is not very sanitary. Sanitation becomes a very real problem because, like, also with food. So basically, any food you eat is gonna have some like remnant of it left on you. So like, if you eat like packaged food, if you like, you know, have like a candy bar, the wrapper's gonna stick to you forever. If you eat like an apple, the core you can't get rid of. Like banana peels, you have like a chicken wing, like a bone, just kind of like on you somewhere. And because of that, you're gonna have you're gonna have a bug problem.
Oh god, Cheetos. Ben, Cheetos. No.
Cheetos, nothing changed with Cheetos. Cheetos are exactly the same. You already can't get the dust off.
Just imagine all food is Cheetos.
Basically,
and you
yes.
have an idea of what this is like.
Well, but then, so you have a very real, very disgusting, very personal bug problem because the bugs will also stick to you. So that's great. The other thing I realized sort of going on from that is that cats are a problem because you know how cats they love nothing more than to rub up against your legs at the most inopportune time. Well, now every time is an inopportune time for both you and the cat. And we all know that cats, their favorite thing, aside from rubbing up against you, is to rationally react to things getting stuck to them. So cats are kind of an issue.